Trump's pool guy is in the Epstein files because, well, of course he is. In July of 2011, Jeffrey Epstein, in an email with his attorney, his lawyer is saying, I received the materials from Joe. We'll let you know tomorrow whether the case in Ohio will end before Wednesday. And then Epstein says, great. And then the attorney says, case dismissed. It was somebody versus Cafaro. And we all know Cafaro was the pool guy. The no-bid contract to install the nano bubble filtration system went to Greenwater Solutions, an Ohio-based company whose owner is listed on federal contract documents as J.J. Cafaro. So the case that was dismissed was a 73-count indictment without prejudice, which means it can be refiled later. In the Oakville case, 5 people and 3 companies were charged with conspiring to impede the move of the Mahoning County Department of Job and Family Services from Cafaro co-owned rented quarters to the county-owned Oak Hill Renaissance Palace. Oakville is the former Forum Health Southside Medical Center, to which JFS moved in 2007. Those charged with conspiracy and other charges were Anthony M. Cafaro Sr., former president of the Cafaro Co., and 2 of its affiliates, County Commissioner John A. McNally IV and County Auditor, and Flora Cafaro. That is J.J. Cafaro's sister, because she came up in another search, because 5 years later, she ended up dying mysteriously from smoke inhalation. The Tribune Chronicle wrote, brother John J. Cafaro, former Cafaro co-vice president, added, our family is deeply saddened. Flora was loved by everyone inside and outside of our family. And him and Trump have a lot of common. He lives just a mile from Mar-a-Lago. He's the guy's neighbor. He's a businessman and real estate developer. Cafaro also pled guilty to campaign finance violations in 2010 over donations to his daughter's congressional campaign. Nearly a decade earlier, he pled guilty to conspiring to bribe a Democratic congressman. But why did Epstein want his case dismissed? So that's a rabbit hole for anybody that would like to, that has some extra time today. Let me know what you find. Looking with the Epstein files here for a minute, let us all just bow down to Katie Phang of Katie Phang News. Midas Touch is platforming her now. She's doing work for all of us. So, thanks to journalist Katie Phang and Trump's corrupt and incompetent acting Attorney General Todd Blanche, the Epstein files are about to explode into one of the biggest scandals in American history. A federal judge dropped a bombshell ruling Thursday ordering the Justice Department to stop protecting explosive documents that the Trump admin has desperately fought to keep hidden from the public. U.S. District Judge Emmett Sullivan slammed the DOJ, siding with Katie Phang in the first ever lawsuit enforcing the Epstein Files Transparency Act, a bill that passed Congress with near unanimous support in 2025. Now, acting AG Todd Blanche is forced to explain why he's blocking the release of shocking material, including names redacted from emails referencing torture video and sexual activity with minors, the identities of co-conspirators listed in the draft federal indictment. Also, the FBI interview notes from the victim who says Jeffrey Epstein introduced her to Donald Trump when she was just 13 years old and that Trump assaulted her. Instead of doing his job, Blanche arrogantly claimed that the court had zero authority to even hear the case. That gamble just blew up in his face. When you refuse to contest the allegations in federal court, those allegations are legally admitted. Judge Sullivan called it straight up. The Attorney General has conceded that he is in violation of the act. Blanche also never reviewed foreign language documents in the files and has blown past the legal deadline, December 19, 2025, to explain his shady redactions by more than 6 months. This ruling is massive because the original transparency law had no real teeth. Katie Phang's legal team cleverly used the Administrative Procedure Act to crack the doors wide open. Now any journalist, researcher, or watchdog can walk right through it. The judge flat out rejected the DOJ's excuses. There's no competing harm to the government from simply following the law, he wrote. The Epstein files are about to explode. Trump's DOJ caught shielding names, and the judge orders the release of torture video references and victim testimony involving our fearless, feckless president. Representative Mike Levin posted, Trump Jr. bought into a startup. The White House then personally intervened to hand the startup $620 million from the Pentagon, and the company's valuation jumped from $200 million to $2 billion. You tell me if that sounds suspicious. Today I introduced an amendment demanding an independent investigation into how this company won the deal without seemingly any competition and with potential conflicts of interest. The American people deserve a straight answer. I'm doing everything possible to make sure we get one. Now I'll leave it with that. I'll be back with more.